Good, happy Monday evening, May 2nd, 2022. I'm Riley King. Welcome to this Monday evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. We have a lot of news to get to this Monday evening, so let's get started right now. First up, investigators try to determine cause of fire that destroyed wing of resort hotel. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
I'm taking a true local on a thrilling and transformative adventure.
I hope you're ready, honey.
You got it! Finding Adventure. Stream for free only on Very Local.
I would say this is a pretty complex scenic exam, basically due to the extent of loss of the building.
75 rooms gone. Now a pile of rubble. Terrifying video posted by guests on social media revealed the swift intensity of Saturday's fire and now sparking debate about whether smoke alarms were sounding.
Chief Priest from North Conway Fire indicated that when he arrived, he heard the alarms and they stopped a short time later. We anticipate that was due to the damage from the amount of fire that was going on.
And pressing questions about the lack of sprinkler systems in that part of the hotel.
That's in our state statute. Allows a non-high-rise existing hotel to not have a sprinkler system. While we would advocate for owners to consider sprinklers as part of capital programs and such, it's not a requirement under our state law.
Marshal Sean Toomey says the fire started on the south side of the south end of the building. And if it started on an outdoor balcony, the smoke and heat would not be intense enough to set off an in-room smoke detector.
We do know from follow-up in the existing building of the fire area, there were smoke alarms like we would find in our own homes that are hardwired with battery backup that were working, and those would only sound in the individual rooms.
The state fire marshal tells us it will be very difficult to determine the actual cause of this fire because so much of the evidence is destroyed. In North Conway, Amy Cavino, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Concord police chief says case of slain couple remains department's top priority. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Want to know how to get free cell phone service? Here's how. Q-Link Wireless is giving you unlimited data.
Well, Tom and Jen, we are continuing to ask local and state law enforcement about updates they're learning about the double homicide investigation. And again, tonight, they say they don't have much new to provide for us as this is an active investigation. But here's what we do know. We do know Stephen and Wendy Reed, a married couple in their 60s, were shot to death, and their bodies were found in a marshy area a week and a half ago. As News 9 reported last week, the FBI is now involved with the investigation. Chief Bradley Osgood says the FBI brings a different set of skills, but beyond that, can't comment on strategies. One challenge, though, they are facing, according to the chief, is the extensive marshy area they're searching through is tough terrain. He wants the community to know this investigation is their number one priority.
This is something that really came out of nowhere. In my 33 years, I can safely say that we are devoting the most resources to this investigation that I've ever seen involved in a criminal investigation.
And the Concord Police Department is asking anyone who knows anything to reach out. You can call 24 hours a day. Live in Concord, Grace Finerman, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Mother of 20-month-old girl who died of fentanyl tea overdose pleads guilty. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Your property demands equipment with more reliability built in. Kubota equipment is ready to get the job done right. Bring home the Kubota L2501 tractor for 0 down, 0% APR for up to 60 months.
Where best meets second to none. MD.
Jen, 30-year-old Shauna Cody pleaded guilty to all 3 charges and now faces up to 20 years behind bars at the New Hampshire State Prison. Back in November of 2020, her toddler Adeline overdosed at the RMZ truck stop in Londonderry after ingesting fentanyl. State prosecutors allege that Cody and the child's father, Mark Jeremiah, were using the drug in front of 2 of their children in a Dodge Ram pickup truck the night before her death. The following morning, police were called to the truck stop for a report of an unresponsive child in the backseat of a car in the parking lot. State prosecutors say both parents failed to call 911 or make any sort of meaningful life-saving efforts on Adeline. The medical examiner's office determined the child's cause of death was acute fentanyl intoxication. Today in court, Cody pleaded guilty to 3 charges, including 1 count of negligent homicide.
The death of Adeline Jeremiah is nothing short of an utterly senseless tragedy. The loss of an innocent child should have been shown nothing but love, adoration, and protection by her parents. Instead, her life was cut short as a direct result of the self-serving actions of this defendant, actions that were as deplorable as they were negligent.
Cody now faces up to 20 years behind bars. Meanwhile, the child's father, Mark Jeremiah, and another man accused of using fentanyl with the couple are still facing charges. Live in studio, Scott Cook, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Guilford Police Chief resigns, but town officials can't say why. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
I think what sets us apart is the fact that our technicians live and breathe only chimneys. It's not a part of our company.
A status of Guilford Police Chief Anthony Bean Burpee made public today in a short 2-line statement from town administration.
I can tell you that he has resigned.
Bean Burpee began his job with Guilford in 2014. In January, the Attorney General's office informed the town that he was being investigated by its Public Integrity Unit.
And at that time, the selectmen decided to put him on paid administrative leave. So that started January 10th. And obviously that ends with the effective date of his resignation of April 13th.
The Attorney General's office isn't saying why he's being investigated, only that there is no update. Bean Burpee is also a former president of the New Hampshire Association of Chiefs of Police.
I know nothing about the details why he's being investigated, which is not uncommon.
Its current president says he worked closely with Tony within the association and considers him a friend.
So it's, in a way, it's sad. And, I'm not sure what the outcome will be in terms of the investigation, but, I'm just hopeful that the town of Guilford can move forward.
I think Chief Tony did a great job here, and I'm very sorry that this has happened.
The town select board meets tonight to discuss filling his vacancy. The deputy chief has been filling the role since January. In Guilford, Jennifer Crompton, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. One person dies of COVID-19 in New Hampshire as rate of new cases nearly triples over past month. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Are you looking for a rewarding career with purpose? Join our dynamic team that's dedicated to making a difference. Bring your talent to Riverbend Community Mental Health. Specialized behavioral health by providers who truly care.
New COVID cases in New Hampshire have nearly tripled in the last month. Right now, the state is averaging 384 new cases per day. There are 1,100 new cases to report. Active cases are now nearly 3,000. COVID positive hospitalizations are down to 92, and there are 26 people being treated for the virus.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. BAE Systems opens facility in Manchester. Let's take a listen to that video from WMUR News 9.
Y'all gonna just stand around or you want to ask me some questions?
Sir, Operation Watergate fucking wide open!
Keep your mouth shut. Why risk your husband's position?
Because it's the truth.
Aaron, this facility deals with electromagnetic warfare technology. The company and other speakers saying it's at the forefront when it comes to protecting our democracy. BAE Systems deals with cutting-edge technology. However, the ceremonial scissors had a little trouble at the ribbon cutting. The renovations at this facility took over 3 years. It now houses office space, engineering labs, a 200-seat auditorium, cafeteria, and wellness center. Highlighting the importance of the moment, the governor and the state's entire congressional delegation were at the event. Senator Maggie Hassan said, as important as this is for Manchester and the state, it's also vital for the world at large. And BAE Systems says this facility also plays a vital role in safely bringing home the people who protect us,
including the design and development of the electronic warfare system for the F-35 Lightning II, which is the only fifth-generation stealth fighter aircraft in production in the world today.
We can't have the quality of life that we are also lucky to have here without caring about and fighting for democracy. More than anything, that's what you all are about. That's what today is about.
Now, BAE Systems is looking to hire about 800 engineers, and there are other jobs available as well. The company says this new facility is an example of making sure that their employees have all the tools they need to succeed. Reporting live in Manchester, Ray Brewer, WMUR News 9.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. Diesel prices hit record high. Let's take a listen to that video from ABC News.
What you're about to see is going to melt your brain.
You look different.
This is destiny. Embrace it.
Now to record prices for diesel fuel this morning. They're at an all-time high, and our chief economics correspondent, Rebecca Jarvis, joins us now. Rebecca, we are talking about an impact on almost all Americans, from everything from groceries to deliveries, potentially.
Absolutely, TJ. Good morning to you. And when we talk about rising fuel prices, we're often talking about gasoline, what we pay at the pump. That today is averaging $4.19 a gallon. But when you look at diesel prices, diesel fuel, they hit a new record high just this morning, $5.32 a gallon. And diesel is incredibly important to the economy. It's known as the fuel that moves the economy because it's the fuel that most of the trucks use that are on the street across the country. They're the things that are carrying your groceries, your diapers, your necessities. And when the costs for those truckers go up, all the costs go up on these various items that we are so reliant on as Americans. So why is this happening? Well, the same forces that have been driving up gasoline prices, the same forces that have been driving up other prices across the board are having an impact here. Inventories are running light, and what we've seen is that impact from Russia invasion of Ukraine happening here as well, Robin.
All right, Rebecca, thank you. Such an impact for many. Well, hey there, GMA fans.
Okay, and there you go on that video and that report. And that does it for this evening edition of the Riley King Newscast, right here on the Riley King Network. Thank you for tuning in and watching. Have a great evening. Good night and goodbye.